Greetings, everyone. I'm Wood Hamster,
And I'm M4.
and I got a awkward bowgun set up.
Hooray!
Got some Barroth parts and some Royal Ludrith parts, and I didn't want to... I could make a better bowgun, but that would require me using the same bowgun twice in a row.
Now what fun would that be?
Yeah, no, I want to show a different setup. But I'm using an armor that nobody really uses, I believe. Yeah, it's the ingot armor. It's kind of meh. It's like the first armor you can get that gives you guard increase for like melee.
Right.
So you.
But it's not really worth it because you'd be squishy.
Well, not if you're using the lance. Like, if you're using the lance, you'll be blocking him anyway. If you know what you're doing.
I was gonna say, if you know what you're doing, yeah.
And
if you're taking hits,
the
you're
armor
really
isn't that squishy. Ingot armor is like end game. Like you need dragonite and stuff to make it.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't really compete with the monster armor.
No, it really doesn't. But against this fight that we're going in for now, it's pretty handy.
Oh yeah, and it's great for bowgunning.
Yeah, because of the recoil reduction.
Oh.
There's 3 armors that'll do this. You have the first armor that I showed off for bowgunning. That has recoil reduction. And you have this one, and then you have the monster armor from Urgan. The Urgan armor is pretty much the one you want when you're bowgunning.
Pretty much, although it's kind of a pain to make.
It is kind of a pain to make, but oh man, it's great for bowguns.
Yep.
Especially because, well, you know, if you can sleep bomb things to death pretty easily with the sleep ammo and the bomb increase on the Urgan armor, it's pretty amazing.
Absolutely.
I'll be showing that off in a different video. Unfortunately, I can't sleep bomb things considering what I'll be using it for.
Right. Now I'm wondering how this fight is going to go.
It's going
It
to
seems
go...
like an odd choice for a gunning.
It's going to go very poorly. I'm
Right.
going to say that much.
I can't say I'm surprised.
No. 1, my lack of bowgunning skill.
Right.
And 2, this really ridiculous, odd setup because I put the stipulation on myself. I want to show something different each time.
Well, can't blame anyone but yourself.
No, I can't really blame anybody but myself.
I suppose it's true that if you can get a good shot with Pierce, you can hit him a bunch of times.
And water shots work like Pierce shots, if you did not know.
Ooh. Well,
Yeah,
there
that's
you
why
go.
people like using water ammo for this. Water ammo is pretty
Understandably.
amazing. And yeah, this guy is Agna. It's the daddy of all little Raptors. Not sure why they have different names, but you know.
Well, most of the little monsters to big monster analogs have different names.
Well, they usually keep something similar, like Bulldrome and well,
They are pretty similar.
you know, I guess. Already right off the bat, I'm off to a good start with the Raptors putting me on fire. Excellent.
Hooray! That's pretty much what they do. That's their whole point of existing. Make you on fire.
Yeah, completely obnoxious. So, here's why I'm saying this bowgun is kind of shit that I had to do. Did you see that deviation?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it has
was pretty ridiculous.
retarded deviation, so I have to be really careful with my shots. On top of that, I'm a bad shot already.
You have to stand really close.
But I was hoping he was going to do a sweeping beam but I forgot he doesn't.
Unless he pops out, yeah.
But he will shoot unblockable lasers unless you have the guard increase skill like I do with this armor.
Hooray!
Which is one of the reasons why I doubly wanted to make this really awkward setup.
Those things like have spin on them, good grief.
Yeah.
They're just like going and then whoosh.
Yep. See, I would have used a different barrel, which would have been much better for this fight.
Oh.
But it didn't have a shield. And this, the Barazuka barrel has a shield. So I weighed the options, looking at different ones. And I finally settled with the Barazuka barrel.
And it seems to me that you chose poorly.
There really wasn't very good options. Like, the best option would have been to go with, I believe, the Root Earth barrel because it will load up more water shots and rapid fire them.
Right.
But, yeah, I kind of had to show off the whole shield mechanic. Guard blocking. This is the perfect monster to do it with.
I'll have fun with that.
But don't worry, I brought my good old friend Barrel Bomb.
Hooray.
And I don't think this has Sleep Shot either, or else I would have been doing that instead.
Yeah.
Makes me
that
sad.
Would be helpful.
Yes. So the entire gimmick of this fight is when he's out of lava for too long, he goes stone hard and you're gonna bounce on him.
Yep.
When he heats up, well, guess what? You can start attacking because he's squishy and molten. If you do enough damage to that part that has rocks on it, the rocks will break off, and essentially you have a break. And then
He has
you won't have
a ton of breaks.
Yeah, this guy has so many breaks, it's ridiculous. Also, I hate you, Raptor. So much. So much that you can eat bombs. That is satisfying, though.
It is indeed.
He had it coming. And, on the bright side, this bowgun combination can load up some clusters, so, you know.
That's always helpful.
Yeah. Especially against this guy. Well, cluster's good on everything, so what am I talking about? Cluster.
Especially all the time.
Yeah. So there's a spinny laser, and I didn't really think about it. I should have blocked that, just showed up. I eventually did get to show up. I just wanted to use all my barrel bombs while I had the opportunity for it.
Yep. Ooh.
Yeah.
Right in the face.
This armor does have a decent amount of defense, even for like bowgunner armor, as you can see, because it didn't get wiped out.
For the Blade Master armor, the defense is a bit low, but for a gunner, it's pretty excellent.
Well, gunner only gets half the armor, but you know, if it already has low armor to begin with, then it's not going to make that much of a difference, now is it?
Yeah, a lot of the good bowgunning armors, though, have really shit defense.
Yeah. Oh.
How do you even shoot them like that?
Well, I did a practice run of this. I had to do a practice run of this just to get the deviation. And essentially, don't even aim, just hip shot and stand at an angle. It's kind of...
They basically like go off at an angle, but then the angle gets sharper as they go.
Yeah, I know.
Whoosh.
Oh, it is kind of a weird thing to use bowguns with high defense. But strangely enough, it's kind of fun to use because it's kind of a challenge. I don't know, I'm just weird, I guess. So, as I mentioned in the previous video, and probably what people get from the hints, this guy's weak to water. He's really weak to water.
He lives in a volcano and he's half made of lava. What a shock.
And pure shots are, well, water, lightning, and ice, I believe. They work like pierce, and then fire works like just a normal shot.
Right. Pierce is going to be a huge help against him.
Yeah, he's big. Agnactors are big, and Pierce is pretty amazing. And this is water damage, so hell yeah. But actually the best setup for this is leggy armor to increase my elemental damage.
Right.
And then using a bowgun that rapid fires water shots, and you can kill this guy, no problem.
Yeah, it'll go really fast.
Yeah. I've done multiplayer sessions, just, you know, Agnactor farming in Try when the servers were up, and my lord, I had a person who brought a bowgun with him. Rapid fire water all day, and it's flinched. Everything just broke.
Nothing really compares to when you get a really good bowgunner.
Yeah, no, if you get a really good bowgun's amazing if you know how to use it.
I think the best one I ever played was literally like healing people as they get knocked back from attacks before they hit the ground.
Yeah. Healing
shooting
people as
off.
they get knocked back from attacks and just somehow managing to paralyze the monster 24
I know.
hours.
Ridiculous.
I know, it's great.
I don't even know how people
Yeah.
like aim that well and change.
Oh, well, you know, it's skill, man. Skill.
Yeah,
Bowgun
Bowgun
requires-
is a real skill-based thing. There's a big gap between someone who really knows what they're doing and someone who only kind of knows what they're doing.
I mean, don't get us wrong. You can scrape by just fine.
Well, you can scrape by, yeah, but there's like I said, it's just a really big difference.
Yeah. Like, you can get by just fine with using the bowgun normally, but if you know what you're doing, oh, you can kill things in like 5 minutes with the bowgun. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about the water shots with this bowgun is the horrible deviation on bullets.
Yeah,
And
you
now
don't
that
get
it's Pierce.
you don't get as many hits as you would otherwise.
Yeah. Well, unless I angle it.
Yes, unless you angle it well.
Okay, so... Oh man, I should probably go through all the breaks. We mentioned there was a lot of breaks in this guy. Okay, so there's his head.
Breaks. List is done.
His head, all 4 legs each have a break. His chest has a break. His entire backside has a break. His tail has a break, and once you've broken his tail, you can cut it off. Usually, unless you're very careful and draw out the fight, you're not gonna get all breaks. We're probably gonna be missing a few legs.
You have to be selective about your breaks, basically.
Yeah.
And the legs are usually what you want to go for because the claws are kind of.
Actually, the head and the... Well, depends on what you need. If you need
Yeah, claws kind of a pain to get. Is the only reason I'm saying that.
It also depends on what weapon you use. Not all weapons are good at hitting the head. But, you know, it's just...
Speaking from experience, we had to do a lot of claw breaking.
Yeah, claw breaking is kind of hard because the drop rates are kind of low on the claws. And 2, the claws kind of have janky hitboxes. They're not all too easy to get.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll end up hitting something else.
Like, there's some hitbox overlapping, and other hitboxes seem to have priority over the legs sometimes. So, it can be obnoxious to hit the legs. Like, if you're doing the super pound and it does that little AoE, if it hits another hitbox, sometimes it just, the legs don't have priority, even though technically that's what your model is hitting.
Right.
And this is where my Combined Pro talisman comes in handy.
Oh, yeah.
I can make, what is that, 1 to 3 ammo, but since I have Combined Pro, I get always 3 ammo.
Yeah, that's a huge help for a bow hunter.
If you got a Combined Pro talisman like I was lucky enough to get, that is so good.
Whoa!
Yeah, I know. Oh, I wasn't expecting him to do that, I will admit.
Hello, laser.
Oh. And that laser is very scary because it will wreck you. It will ruin you.
Oh, yeah, it's as painful as it looks.
Yeah, no, it hits you. Oh, unless you're at full health. If you're wearing something like leggy armor, it can almost one-shot.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's kind of risky to use the leggy armor for this, but it's also easy to avoid the lasers, so, you know.
Yeah, it is. The only thing that can catch you is when he comes up for the spinny laser from really far away.
Yeah. Well, if you're far enough away, he can't hit you.
Right. So it's basically like if you're right in the middle distance, you can be kind of screwed, but usually you're fine.
Yeah. The trick is to face away from him when you're trying to do your heroic dive and then just time it.
Oh, I cannot believe we had to figure that out.
Yeah, no, you can't be facing a monster while running, or else you do a normal dodge roll. You have to face it away.
You have to be panicked. You have to be fleeing from the monster, or you're not panicked enough to do the heroic dive.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Oh,
The hard way, by rolling into lasers.
yeah, we got hit quite a few times.
We're like, we'll just run towards him because that's the safe spot. Oh, we didn't quite make it. Try to dive. No.
Yo, sometimes we would manage to roll through it, but that was like 1 in a million, or when we had.
Yeah, Wolf does not have the invincibility for him. The heroic guy.
No. We needed Bareth armor, and the thing is, this is why you don't want to bring Bareth armor too, because he's weak to fire! Oh!
Boy.
But the evasion +2 is really good too! Also, I should mention, whenever he hits you with an attack, with the part that has lava on it, you can catch on fire like this.
Yep.
So if you break essentially the magma off, well, he can't put you on fire anymore. So that's another bonus to breaking it off.
Definitely.
The biggest bonus is just not bouncing. Also, he takes reduced damage because it counts the extra layer of armor.
Yeah, he has tons of breaks and they're actually worth breaking. Go figure.
I'd imagine most people who did this the first time.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know, subquest. But the most people I know, first time I fought this guy, I actually failed it because I just wasn't doing enough damage.
First time I fought him, I just died, so...
Yeah, no, I timed out. Because he's...
First time I fight most things, I ended up dead. I'm a slow learner, apparently.
Well, the thing is, for me, it was just... I didn't get his mechanic.
Right.
And I was using the... I was using a terrible switch axe too.
I had the misfortune to be fighting him in 7 most of the time.
So if you don't know his moveset, he's over the place. You don't know when your windows are to get hits. I was using a bad weapon against it. I was using the crystal line of switch axes.
Good grief.
So I had a dragon file. Dragon files are shit.
Just a little. I would think he never used them.
So dragon file, I think he does have a very, very minor weakness to dragon. So he was taking some damage from the dragon. Plus, I was, but my main issue was, I didn't know about, like, the attack move sets, like the, endless combo swing, as long as you have stamina. I was trying to use that a lot. And honestly, I might as well have, because the dragon wasn't going to do much anyways. But, yeah, no, once you get that thing swinging, it doesn't do that much damage, which is the main issue.
Right.
And this is when I get to show it off. Do the spinny laser. I got my shield blocked. But you still do take a chunk of damage. But
Yeah, especially with the bowgun shield, you take bigger chunks.
Bowgun shield isn't as bad as it used to be.
No, it's still a huge difference.
Yeah.
To taking it.
Well, with the laser, it doesn't matter because it's not a matter of defense. It's just a matter of elemental resistances.
Well, that's true, but I mean, that would have done a ton more damage if you had blocked it.
Oh, yeah.
It's still well worth blocking.
And I'm definitely not arguing against it. Essentially what I'm saying is, like, in the first and second generation of Monster Hunter, if you blocked with your shield, you'd take half damage from every attack or something like that.
Gross.
And here, you block with your shield, you take a... It's essentially like blocking with sword and shield type shields. I think you take a little bit more damage than sword and shield,
but still definitely up there.
Yeah, it's not as bad. But I really wish I had chosen a better bowgun. I had to show off a shield. Oh, because this armor was like, let's also give you guard boost. I was like, yes, I'm gonna show off nectar lasers. Then I could block them, and now I'm gonna make a bowgun setup. I was looking over the bowguns, and I'm like, everything is shit. Oh no!
Was it worth it? Was it really?
Yes. Oh, I still don't like it. Oh. Oh. Again, if I had just been playing this for myself, I would have gone with the optimal setup.
Right.
I would have just sucked it up and, like, yeah, laggy armor and rapid firing good old water shots.
Yeah, that'll take care of this fight pretty quick.
Yeah, I could have been done about... Plus, there's no shot deviation on the other bowgun, so, yeah.
Just aim at his face and shoot him like 10 times.
Well, aim at his chest, actually.
Right, of course.
If you aim at his face, then the shots will be going up.
The idea, stand right in front of him at the point I'm getting at for him.
Yeah. Oh man. What's it called? I keep forgetting to mention about the sonic bombs. When he dives down and he's not in range, if you get the timing right, you get him out of the ground.
It's a really short window, though, compared to, like, Diablos.
Yeah, it's really tricky to do. I almost never get it right, but that's just because I never really attempt it. By the time I put my weapon away, it's...
Yeah, it's the time. You have to be ready on it, and even then the timing is really picky.
Yeah. And plus he has to be not enraged, which is a problem half the time. Also, I'm slowly dying. Wonderful. I love dying. Oh no, cooling effect. Why?
I feel like the act of playing Monster Hunter includes slowly dying.
Yeah. It tends to happen. And I'm on fire again. Wonderful. Everything is just...
Stay on fire.
Have that one single water shot.
It will finish him off.
No,
that
it
was
won't.
The best thing.
Spoilers, it won't.
No, you're no fun.
I wish it did. But I got other ammo. I prepared properly. Bowgunners have to prepare or they die.
Yeah, it takes a ton of preparation to bowgun properly.
Well, once you've got everything set up with bowgun, it's not too hard.
Oh, you have to change a lot of stuff depending on what you're going to fight, though.
Oh yeah, but I'm just thinking, like, once you get into, like, the motions of, oh, it's this monster, and I'll use it. I made this bowgun equipment
but
set
that's
up.
true with anything.
Well, the thing is, you've got all these bowgun setups that you can equip, you know, pre-set up type stuff. And
really,
it's just
one
a matter
shot of poison and then you have to reload. Use something else.
Yeah, and if you're doing multiplayer, it's a lot easier for you because you're not the one that's doing all the damage, so you can just buy ammo off the shop and that's good enough.
Seriously, stop using poison. This is terrible.
Oh, but that Oroctor needs to be poisoned because of that horrible deviation.
You get one shot of poison shot and then you have to reload,
well,
and it's not really effective either.
Here's the thing. I'm playing with the ammo at this point. Because, you know, like, I got some poison shots with me. Why not, you know?
Because people have to watch this.
Yeah. Well, screw it. I'm having fun with the bowgun. Yeah, if anything, I probably should have poisoned him. There. It actually doesn't take much to poison him, but...
most things are poisoned easily, it just wears off really fast. It doesn't do much damage.
It actually stays on easily for a character. He's not super resistant to it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But I decided, you know, I'll try my luck with some normal shot 3. Show off the really janky shot physics with normal shot.
Oh boy.
Yeah, normal shot 3 is kind of bad. As you saw, like, the first shot I fired, it just ricocheted horribly. Yeah, so essentially what you want to do with normal shot is, once it hits, it'll do damage like normal shot 1. And then it'll ricochet in a random direction. If that direction hits the monster once more, then it does a lot of damage. And I'm just running into everything.
Yeah, you can fuck.
Oh man, this is...
I'm glad this Agna is not trolling you and freaking out all over the place.
Yeah, no, I don't like when he does that.
Agna has plenty of chances to be a jerk, especially in 7. He just was very nice to you.
I know, he was very gentle, and I appreciate it. And because he's gentle, I'm going to capture him, provided he's willing.
I don't think you're going to give him a choice.
No, I'm not really.
Hope you learn from that Urgon fight.
I know he'll do at least one attack to try and get me. And then, if he doesn't run after the first attack, then he'll be staying there for a little bit unless he takes some damage.
Right.
He'll run.
And you're not going to attempt by attacking him.
No. Well, Cha-Cha might, but Cha-Cha's an idiot.
Doesn't do hardly any damage, though.
Yeah, but all it takes is a little bit. Plus, he's max level at this point, so he does do a decent amount.
It's true.
But he has the top mask.
You can zoom in the map.
Yep.
There we go.
It's because I was panicking trying to push the button to tell Cha-Cha to come to me, instead of attacking the monster. That'll distract him for a while, so he stops attacking. Unless he's enraged. Then he doesn't listen. This fight could have gone a lot better if I had better armor, but I just wanted to show off some new stuff.
Oh, it wasn't so terrible, and the deviation made it entertaining.
Yeah, the deviation made it interesting. Just it let me show off how bad deviation can be if you let it be bad.
Yeah.
But
Don't build bowguns like this. Pro tip.
Yeah. Well, the deviation isn't so bad since you can adjust for that. The worst thing is still the recoil, because the recoil will catch you with your pants down.
You end up with a recoil, like, bad, a negative recoil skill.
Just firing
God.
Just firing a normal shot will send you, like, recoiling and recovering from the shot forever.
Really cannot do that.
Oh, you're not going to be firing shots very fast. You're going to take so much damage because everything's hitting you then. Oh, you can't dodge. But, we'll see you next time.